Black Clover. This is Black Clover, chapter 287, Day of Atonement.
Before we say anything,
Josh already knows my heart.
I want to go ahead and make a proposal, right? As far as the Tide situation goes, I feel like
how about that?
Our vote should influence what ultimately makes it, like, you know, the overall. I mean, we can leave it as a tie,
okay,
and let that be cool, or we can have our VGIs influence it.
To say this, I mean, I guess I didn't mention it yet, but this is tied for the audience RGC of the week. This is one of the series. So I guess it gets one of these. I guess.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Certified RGC.
Certified RGC.
It's the first time it's tied, or anything is tied, in the polls. I genuinely didn't think that could happen. So I never thought that a tie would ever occur, but we have one.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, color pages are always dope. We open up with a color page here. And Tabata's color pages are usually top notch, I would say. But honestly, this wouldn't, I mean, if we're doing a tiebreaker based on what we think would be the RGC, this one is not it for me. Between the two?
I was going to say we voted on One Piece, so it depends on if one of us votes for the other one, which...
I guess. I mean, Brian's the tiebreaker. And I'm pretty sure since this is not his RGC, the other one wins the ultimate RGC.
I think that's fair.
I mean, I also wouldn't give this my RGC, but we'll get into it.
Whatever. It could be a tie. Whatever. Yeah.
This is Black Clover 287, Day of Atonement. Last we left off, we got a little bit of Nacht's backstory as he is getting absolutely schmacked by these opening ring demons, like not even the strongest of the strongest yet. He's getting absolutely destroyed, and we cut back to a little bit more of his backstory. We get to find out how exactly he became the vice captain of the Black Bulls. It was over kind of the grave of his brother Morgan, who passed away, canceling a demon contract with him and the demon known as Lucifungus. And he was also very close with Yami, and Yami approaches him and says, someday I'm going to make my own brigade. And if that were to happen, I want you to be my vice captain. He basically he's close with his family. So it makes sense that Morgan was probably his choice to be a vice captain. And now that he's gone, his brother is that next choice because he's also kind of close to his brother.
And they used to be cool back in the day before he even joined the brigade. Remember, they was like running the streets together and shit. So I had to think about that too at first. I was like, it's kind of a reach going from his brother, just because, you know.
Yeah.
But it makes total sense because they were.
You
cool.
remember where they were like they're very close. But yeah, and that with that being said, we kind of know all we really have to know about Nacht. Although I would like to have known how he got so many demons under his employ, but we cut back to the present, and he's basically like, well, I guess I'm sacrificing my life right now. So Plumade, Wagner, combine with me. And they agree because, you know, Nacht's been nice with them. You know, he's shown them things that they could never have seen in the underworld, and they believe in him, and he turns into Omnimon, basically from the Digi. He turns into he uses Devil Union mode, Gallus X Velis, and turns into
that shit is fire.
It is cool, yeah. It's a cool form, and the demons are like, "What is this? His magic grew." And then he uses Shadow Magic, Monument of Atonement, where it looks like it's just a big grave closing in on them, and it's basically the same kind of game of tag that they were playing before. It's like just a stronger, infinite version of that Dark Hunt thing that he did before. So he seals them in, and it looks like it's over, but then the demon's magic is so fucking strong that it burns and it freezes through this ultimate spell, and I guess kills the other demons that Nacht had a union with. So, these demons are like, devil flame magic, devil ice magic. We're fucking rad. So, Nacht is about to lose hard as they're all laughing.
Very hard.
Yeah, and he's like, good. Screams of agony are cool.
Yeah, man, the devils they look dead on the ground. I was kind of like, damn.
That made me sad too.
They was chill as hell, little ass demons.
Yeah, the little demons.
And then they just laughing at him. I was like, oh my god. This is bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
When's the last time you seen someone take an L like that?
Renji, maybe?
That was a while ago. It had to be someone.
Yeah, there had to be
We've
somebody.
seen some L's. There's been some L's.
There's been
I mean,
some
you
L's.
read Attack on Titan, bro. That's
true. I mean, that's almost disqualified with how many L's.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
With how many L's are dealt early in that
That's
series.
their primary goal, to make you feel very sad about the situation.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I felt very depressed watching Attack on Titan a lot of the time. Just like, well, how do you get out of this situation? And luckily, Black Clover does not share that woe. Because as Nacht is thinking to himself, is like, there's no human who could beat a supreme devil. We then cut over to a 2-page spread of you know what time it is.
The champ is here!
Asta himself just blasting through in his full union form, lopping off one of the arms of the demons. And the demon's like, huh? What's this? It's severed?
It's not appearing again?
Last I checked, I had a hand here.
Hmm.
And Nacht thinks to himself, if anything could, it's anti-magic. And we get a splash page of Asta saying, what do you think you're doing to our vice captain? And that is where the chapter ends.
Ask me if I have thoughts.
Ask me if I have thoughts.
No, ask each other how if you have.
Hey, Josh,
thoughts,
do you
okay?
have thoughts?
Come on, guys. This is a partnership.
I have thoughts.
All right, I'll let you do your thoughts first.
I'm gonna give a quick one, and then I'll just vent later. Well, not vent, just I'll go off the top after you.
I'll vent. I'll vent for
my
both
quick
of us.
thing. All right, this is all I'll say. This could have been the RGC for me. It literally could have been if it just wasn't Asta that came in and saved them. And I have no problem with Asta. I like his new form. I want to see him fight, and I've accepted that. Black Clover. I always knew this. I always knew that it was always about Asta. See, that was my mistake with My Hero Academia. I should have knew that it was just like Black Clover, in that sense. That it's always going to be about him, and I'm foolish to believe anybody else is going to get a spotlight. So anyway, passive aggressiveness aside, I was taking playful shots, bro.
You relax. I don't
I'm
have
okay.
my sword out, bro. Like,
I'm okay. I'm
So
okay about it.
that was it. Could have been the best, but they went with something they always do, and they did not have to.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
now that you mention it, I mean, I'll say that I did not like this chapter. This chapter actively,
Just straight up, you did not.
yeah, this
like
this
it.
chapter actively made me disappointed and angry. And I don't get that way often. I don't like to be that guy, but man, and maybe it's my fault, but I felt like, man, you know what? Things are different now. You know, like,
Why would you think that?
I don't know, Josh. I have hope. You guys are always just like, man, Black Clover is actually good. I thought, you know, like I always feel like such a hater when I talk about Black Clover, but I do have this chapter kind of represented everything I don't like about it. You know, like we don't even get Nacht have a cool fight once. Like this is his first fight in the entire series, and he gets like raffle stomped.
Get smacked around.
Yeah, and he came into the series like, "Ooh, I'm the best. Ooh, I'm so
the
strong.
vice captain.
Yeah, I'm the vice. What are you gonna do about it? Everybody else, you guys should level up." He's talking all this shit to all the other characters.
Yo,
He's like,
right.
"Yo, you guys should get stronger. Really, like, I mean, you guys are so weak. You let Yami get taken, and then he gets fucking motherfucked by these demons. Easy."
And this is a shot at the author, right? Because obviously this guy's a fictional character
Yeah, no,
who
for
can't
sure.
control his own destiny.
Yeah.
So I'm just being clear for everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm not angry at
Nacht
Nacht.
could have been a much cooler character that put in way more work before they smoked him. And
not Nacht. No, not the writer. Fuck the writer. I'm mad at Nacht. Okay, I'm mad at him specifically.
Yeah.
Then it got you hot, yo.
I mean, it's
Got you
fuck
feeling
that
some
guy.
type of way.
and look, I get it. I get that you have to like show how big of a deal these demons are. But you have how many of these demons? You couldn't sacrifice 2 of them for a minute? Like, how cool would it be? Like, I don't care if Nacht gets taken out of the board, but not like this early. And like to be saved by Asta on top of that, who should be still on his way. Like, why is he like just automatically here maybe 3 chapters after the first time he appeared? Like, I wish that things have gotten a little more dire. I wish like we could have seen Nacht win this fight and get real fucked up and then lose to the next rung of demons. That I would have been fine with that. It would have been like standard shonen, but I would have been okay with that. But I don't know. It just feels like a disservice to the character. This whole thing, all just to make Asta look better. And I felt this for the same trap as like it was always going to be about Asta, even worse than My Hero, because at least Kirishima beat a villain, or not beat one, but like he got his whole thing. He had a really cool moment on his own. At least like
with Fagnum. Yeah, that shit was lit.
Yeah, other characters.
The sword, the spear, and the shield. I remember that.
And not every character.
You know what it is?
And not every character is bum rush. Not every character is bum rush saved by Asta single-handedly. Like this whole series, every single person in this universe loves this kid.
Yeah.
And there's no fucking other opinion. Everybody just loves this kid. This kid saves every single person in this series. Nobody really makes it far in this series without Asta coming in. And if they do defeat somebody on their own, it's because they thought about how many fucking push-ups Asta did. Even though he was really tired that day, he just decided to get up and do his fucking push-ups, and it inspires them to use their magic even more. It's like, damn, if Asta could do that one more push-up, I can do this water spell one more time. Ooh,
I mean, where would most of these characters be without Asta at this point? Dead.
I've been rewatching Black Clover. It happens as early as the very first arc that these people meet each other. Is that instantaneously this kid is an immediate inspiration to them, and they base their entire life's like philosophies and strategies around this child.
Hey, I mean,
like
if you
don't like him, you're a hater.
And I get it. I mean, like, I wish I get it. I get what he's supposed to be, but it doesn't translate. It fucking makes me angry because like no character could have their moment without Asta coming in. It's like, actually, it's my powers that are. I have to nerf everyone. I have to solo the entire universe in order to become a wit. I won't be the Wizard King unless I solo this entire fucking castle full of demons and Dark Triad members.
Everybody on my back.
Like, Yuno might defeat Zeno, but that's it. That's all he's doing this arc. I bet.
He might not even. We'll see.
Ooh,
we'll see.
I'm heated. Next week I'll be better about it, but this week I'm going to be annoyed. Next week I'll be. I
hope. I hope the author.
I just needed to get it off my chest. Next week I'll be like, "Oh, Asta's form is cool." I'll be back. I just need to purge my feelings every now and then. But this is how I feel. But yeah, that's all I got to say. I don't want to devolve too deep. But I went off, and I said what I said.
Yeah, y'all heard what Christian said.
I wasn't very unbiased of you.
Yeah, Mr. Nah, come on.
No, that's the ultimate.
I'm kidding.
I'll tell you what. That's the ultimate unbiased move is to not like us. Because everybody in this series is like, I'm biased towards Asta. Not me. I see it.
Nuh-uh.
Not me, not the fucking unbiased king.
I saw him running around without a mask.
No mask, Asta.
That guy.